مساء الخير واهلا وسهلا فيكم اكيد اعزائنا المتابعين والمشاهدين عبر واتساب ميديا نتورك بحديث الجالية لهذا الاسبوع، بحلقتنا لحديث الجالية هذا الاسبوع. ومثل ما كنا بنعرف بكل نهار جمعة بيكون في عنا ضيف مميز. اول شيء بدي اتشكر كل شخص عم يدعمنا بهذا البرنامج، وبدي اتشكر السبونسر لهيدي اليوم هو مكلد اند هال لو اوفيس، مكتب المحاماة. لاعطيكم رقم المكتب 313 788 8888، يعني بتحطوا ال7 وبتمشوا بال8 بيطلع الرقم كله تمام وبيجاوبوكم واحلى خدمه. وانا لكم صراحه مش لانه الراعي، انا القضيه اللي كمشوا لي اياها الحمد لله اشتغلوا شغل كتير حلو. اكيد خينا امير وخيو كمان المحامي تبع عيداني، فبدنا نوجه له تحيه. وبدي وجه تحيه لابو امير، بدي اقول له عم يحضرني هلا، يسعد لي مساك وما تيجي عند امير اليوم، طلع بكره على اول شيء ضيفنا لليوم هو محامي شاطر، استطاع في فتره كثير قصيره ان يتميز بحضوره وشطارته وحنكته في هذا المجال ليكون من الاوائل. هو امير مقلد اكيد ضيفنا لليوم. بدنا نحكي عن قضايا القانونيه وحوادث السير والكريمنال والاصابات يلي بتصير بالمحاماه. امير اهلا وسهلا فيك.
اهلا
اليوم
حبيبي
كيفك؟
خي عباس، ثانك يو سو ماتش حبيبي.
نحن ما كبرنا المقدمه لانه انت اسمك سابقك متقدم عليك.
Like we're trying to work hard. و appreciate you اليوم انه you gave me an opportunity لنجي لعندكم و do some questions، وان شاء الله الجالية they can listen to us وبيستفيدوا من هالمقابله اليوم ان شاء الله. يعني
هذا هو حديث الجالية اليوم.
حديث الجالية.
هلا انا اول شيء بس بدي اعمل
ديربورن لو لايف.
طبعا
That's good.
فانا اول شيء بدي اشوف بدي اعمل شير بالاول انا من عندي من هون على
حط لهم شير
صفحتي، ما بعرف ليش مش عم تطلع بعد، هلا بنشوفها.
تعرف عباس I'm excited to be able to speak so
English and Arabic.
I'd like to speak more English than Arabic because I can better give advice in English. I studied law in English.
فيك تحكي اللي بدك اياه.
So it's better for me. بس يعني the questions could be Arabic, no problem.
اكيد انا رح لك بالعربي. اول شيء امير، على اي اساس بتاخذ القضيه؟ يعني لما تبلش بيجيبوا لك قضيه على اي اساس؟ ان كانت منيحه بتاخذها، والله اذا كان معه مصاري، والله مثل ما بيحكوا كل العالم.
I think it's important حسب what the type of case it is. مثلا if somebody came to me and they needed legal help, now as an attorney it's my obligation, okay? If somebody needs help and I'm able to help, I have to help. Okay, I've had many times when people have come to me, they have very simple issues, but for them in their life it's a major issue, and they don't have money, and it could impact them and help them in ways that they could never be able to repay. So I'll help those people. You know, one time I had a lady, I had a young lady from our community. She lived here in East Dearborn. She had a problem. Her husband died. Her dad died. She has 3 kids. They had a house paid off. She's a widow. عايشة لحالها. No income. She didn't know how to pay the taxes. What did the city do? أخذوا البيت. So she called me. She said, I have a concern. I've lost my home for taxes. I don't know what to do. I was able to go to City Hall.
But they have the right to take.
They could take a house if you do 3 years.
3 years.
3 years. If you don't pay your taxes 3 years, they'll take the house. What happened in her situation, the city took the house before it went to auction. So that actually was the best thing that ever happened to her, because I was able to go to City Hall. I was able to contact our city council president, Susan DeBeja, talk to Mike Saraini, talk to Bob Abraham, talk to Brian O'Donnell.
Talk everyone.
Everybody. All of our people we elect, that's what they're there for, to help us. I was able to go to them and say, look, this is the situation for this lady. She came to me. She doesn't have any money. She can't afford to pay her taxes. I need you guys to give me an opportunity to let her pay them back. I will try to raise money for her. We did. A woman came, not even from Dearborn, from West Bloomfield. Came and paid $17,000 when she heard about it and helped that lady, and she stayed in her home with her kids. And that to me was the best case I ever had. I saved her life.
To God, يعني كمان
of course. Those are the types of cases where if I can help, I'm happy to help. Now, if somebody else came in and it's a regular case, they've been in an auto accident or they've been charged with a crime, you know, a lot of factors come in. You know, what kind of person are they? It's not just can they afford us.
ليش دائما المحامي مظلوم؟ يعني why always the people talk something it's not true. لأنه أنا بسمع بتعرف أنت كلهم بيقولوا أمير مقلد expensive you can go afford his you know
well, you know, I don't know what
ليش
it is.
طيب مع العلم إنه أنت
You know,
منيح.
it's the value is in your performance. People will assume you're expensive if you're winning. That's what it comes down to. People will assume that you're very expensive if they look at you and they see a lot of big cases and a lot of big things going on. Before they even get to me, they might feel that they can't afford
They can afford it.
But they have to come in.
طب ليش؟ لأنه اسمك ليش؟ لأنه اسمك لأنه أنت مثلا
I hope I don't have that reputation. I want everybody to come in. I want everybody to be able to call me. You call the office 788-8888. I answer. You know.
You accept all
cases. I accept it. I'll come in if I can help. Now there's times where look clearly you have we're a service. You have to pay obviously, but it depends on the case and it's about the client. Some people we can't work with. Some people they have bad attitudes. Some people they have too much going on. They can't afford to defend too many cases at the same time. It's each case by case basis.
يعني اللي بوجع لك راسك بتقول له take your case.
I won't deal with
I don't want
it.
it
I
anymore.
can't. Sometimes you have to be able to trust the lawyer, and the lawyer has to be able to trust the client. And we have to go back and forth. And it's a relationship, you know. But there's always people that come in. And I have people that come in and they have all sorts of issues. They had a small business problem. Somebody owes them money. We go after them. We try to help them get their money back that they owed. They want to form a new business. We'll help them form a new business. They want to be able to
you go by person people if they have the money. إذا أنا دينت حدا مصاري وما أعطاني هني.
Of course.
I have approved. You guys go.
We can sue them.
You can sue
them.
Yeah,
no problem. That's easy. That's the standard case.
قديش بياخد وقت يعني؟
حسب the courts. مثلا, if we're going to sue in Wayne County, تعرف Wayne County they have maybe 4 million people. It's a lot of people in Wayne County.
يعني اللي يجي دورك بيكون مات الزلمه
يعني there's a lot of cases in Wayne County and the judges they only have so many judges. So when people say why is it taking so long? Well, it's because by the time we get to court and by the time we go back and forth with the discovery and back and forth with the lawyers and trying to settle and this and that, it's going to take up to a year. يعني at least a year.
بعد year انه بترجع بترجع مصاري بس بيكون شيء يعني بيكون نطر كثير صعب
يعني that's the system we have. The system is the best we can get really. That's the system we have. You know. But with everything else that we're doing in the office, we're doing exciting things, we're helping people. We're trying to be the best we can be for the community. I want to be able to be the lawyer for our community.
طيب سؤال في مثلا بعض الناس بتقول لك انا اذا بدي اروح عند محامي I have to pay him an upfront.
That's right.
وفي cases بتقول انت no come
and then we'll collect if we win.
If you win I collect.
Generally those are the cases if we're going to go after an insurance company.
Insurance company. We can talk about this later.
So those are ones we're doing on a contingency. If somebody had a claim at their home, there was a fire at their house or a flood at their house and they need help with the insurance company, or they were injured somewhere at a property, at a business, they walked in, they slipped and they fell, or they were hit by a car, a commercial car, a regular car. Those are the types of cases where we can collect at the end, once we win. If we don't win, we don't collect. No, those are those types of cases. And then you have other types of cases where you need to sue somebody. However, you know, it's not an insurance company and it's a business we're going to go after, we're going to have to chase them. Those are business disputes. Generally, you would have to hire a lawyer and pay that lawyer, and hopefully, if you win, the judge will award the attorney's fees back to you that you paid your attorney.
You paid it,
yeah. So, and we've had that happen. I had a case one time, my buddy, he was a real estate agent. He was sued. He sold a property for $1.4 million, okay? It's not his property, his client. His client wasn't happy that he got 1.4 million. He sued him. It's ridiculous, very ridiculous what happened.
He didn't happy with the price?
Yeah, he didn't happy with the price. So he sued him. After we defended the lawsuit, the guy that sued him paid my client for all the time he wasted going to court. Yeah, $25,000.
يعني he collects more, he pay more.
Yeah, because it was a ridiculous lawsuit and it had no merit. And you know, these types of things happen. So you have to be careful when you're filing a lawsuit. It's not a joke, you know.
يعني انت بتنصح انت
Yeah.
مثلا بتنصح انت انه اي شخص عنده اي مشكله دغري يتصل بمحامي ما يعني يتصرف من راسه باي
It's
كريمنال
always
باي قضيه.
I say it best. يعني don't be worried about the little bit of money you might pay up front. If you're gonna buy a new house, you need a lawyer to help you look at it, the property, make sure that it's good, the deal is good. You might spend $500 or $600 or $1,000 in the beginning. Better than going later and then you buy the house and there's a leak, there's a problem, there's this or that. You know,
you pay more.
you're paying $50,000 at that. You know, hire somebody in the beginning, a professional. You're gonna get into a contract with somebody. Don't just say, you know, shake a hand and keep it moving. Don't do that. Put it in writing. Hire an attorney to help you. You know, get yourself in a position where everybody understands what they agreed on and what your obligation is.
At least you be comfortable. خلاص
You can sleep good.
Yeah, you sleep good.
That's the most important thing.
سؤال بدي اسالك اكيد نحن امير عم يجاوب بالانجليزي بس ولكن مفهومين يعني تقريبا. خبرني عن قضايا الجاليه، يعني اكثر قضايا بالجاليه، يعني انا بعرفك انك انت ضمست بانه ب 19 كورتس هون عندنا.
A lot of things.
اكثر القضايا اللي بتستلمها بالجاليه شو هي؟
The most important thing that I've been seeing in the community right now is, you know, my biggest concern, and I've been getting a lot of people using drugs. We have a big problem in the community right now with that, and I want to talk about it.
سمعتوا؟
This is a big, major issue.
سمعتوا عنا بالجاليه هيدي اكثر شغله عم تضرب اولادنا واطفالنا ومجتمعنا، ومش بس محامي عم يحكي عنها، بكل شخص بنستضيفه بيحكي عن هيدي القضيه. تفضل استاذ امير.
I'm very concerned about this issue. So what have we done to help this problem we have in Dearborn? Okay, what's happening is a lot of people are becoming addicted to pills and narcotics. Okay, whether it's, you know, hydrocodone, Suboxone, or whatever, the oxycodone, I don't know, all the pills that are out there. The doctors are prescribing them. 9 times out of 10, people after they get injured, that's when they get hooked. You know, they start out, they're hurt in a car accident. Then they start going through the treatment of their pain, and then all of a sudden they have an addiction. It doesn't start out because they wanted to try it. They had some genuine pain initially, and then it became an addiction. And once you're on it, it's a disease. And it's hitting our youth. And I've seen it more and more and more with younger men and women. So what have we done in Dearborn now in the 19th
You've
District
seen it in
Court?
the court, or you've seen it in like cases?
I see it in cases. I see it in people that come to me, and I see it in court while I'm there. All the other cases that are not mine, but you know, I'm.
But
in
you can
court.
see it, yeah. I mean,
Right.
you can.
So
see it, yeah.
so what have we done in the 19th District Court here in Dearborn? We created something called a drug court.
Good. هذه the new.
This is a new program. We have
new
Judge
program.
Hunt.
Yeah,
Gene
good.
Hunt is our chief judge down in Dearborn. Gene Hunt, along with Al-Qadi Salemi
سلامي yeah.
and Judge Summers.
تحية له بدنا
Yeah.
كمان نعزيه بوفاة بيو.
That's true. Yeah.
إن شاء الله بيسلم والله يرحمه. تفضل.
Inshallah بيسلم كل everybody that has any deaths.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a drug program, and it's a very, very good program. This allows the court to control people and monitor them if they ever get in trouble. Okay, and they're before the judge and they get caught with possession of drugs. Okay,
يعني
there's a
عم
difference.
تساعدوهم يعني عم تحاولوا إنه تساعدوهم
Of
لهودي
course,
الناس.
we get them into
قبل ما
rehab. We put them in rehab.
Oh, good.
Okay, better than going to jail. We don't put people in jail. We'll take them to rehab. Okay, and what the courts are doing is they're extending the probation and making them come back month after month and physically report to the judge. Every month you have to come and see the judge, and you have to tell the judge, what have you been doing? Are you working? Are you going to treatment? Are you making sure you're not using? Do you feel that you need help in any way? And we're monitoring these people so that we can get them out of their system. You know, and it takes sometimes up to 2 years for this to happen. But in that time frame, in 2 years, we've seen great success of people coming back to court month after month and reporting that, you know, we're staying clean, we're not using, we're able to find a job, and the court will help them look for jobs, help them train for anything new that they have. There's resources for all of this stuff, and that's something that I find very important. Also, there's a new law that has been passed within the last 2 years. It's not used very often. However, this is something that's very important for people in our community to know. if somebody, let's say somebody's using drugs and they're very, very bad. They're addicted.
يعني addict يعني
addicted.
بيتعاطى كتير.
Yeah, too much, and they're overdosing. Okay, but the police haven't caught up to them. Okay, let's say we know we have a family member.
Sorry.
We have a family member or a friend that's been using drugs, and no criminal case has started on them.
Okay.
Okay, we can contact the police department. Okay, and they will send them to rehab through the probate court downtown. This is a way you can petition somebody, a family member in. You can file a document as a family member, as a mom, as a dad, as a brother, as a sister. You can file a document with the court and say, my brother or sister is having this issue, and we want the court to go pick him
يعني
up.
في الأهل يروحوا يبلغوا على ابنهم ويقولوا
pick him
له
up,
pick him up,
take him to rehab.
Take him to rehab.
We can do that.
يعني صار فيها هيدي.
There's a law that allows that to happen.
يعني غصب عنه بيطيبوا بدهم يجيبوا البوليس.
They'll come pick him up and they'll take him to the center. They'll take him.
بس بده يكون في proof إنه
You have
هيدا
to have
بيتعاطى.
proof. Yes, they will send him to a doctor, and the doctor will do a physical examination. They'll look at any reports that he's had in the past. They'll pull up his medical record, and they'll see any evidence of it. And if somebody has a long history of this, the judge in probate court, and that's Wayne County downtown, not in Dearborn, it's downtown, will hold that person until he finishes his rehab inpatient. You don't even have to go outpatient. They'll put him inpatient.
Inside.
Yeah.
بيساعدوه inside. طيب في عندنا زينب هاشم بتقول لك what would happen if you cannot afford a lawyer to fight for your case.
Well, there's times when, if you have a criminal case and you cannot afford an attorney, the court is obligated to appoint somebody to you. And so we have a number of lawyers that work in Dearborn and in other cities that will take and accept cases that the court appoints them to. And the court will pay that attorney on behalf of the person who needs a lawyer.
يعني اللي ما عنده lawyer المحكمة هي بتجيب له lawyer وبتدفع له كل طب هو إذا بده يروح قبل ما يروح على يعني بالأول لازم يجي عند محامي عادي ولا هو بيروح للمحكمة وبيقول لهم I don't have any lawyer.
Well, it depends. Now, let's say you're caught with you committed a crime. A lot of times people who commit a crime, they'll go and look for an attorney to hire to defend them during their case. When they first get arrested, they might not have a lawyer, but their family will call somebody or somebody will go to them, and they'll know of an attorney, and they'll contact this attorney to come help them. So that's
يعني إذا حدا اتصل فيك لإلك وقال لك أمير okay my son got caught.
Right.
وقلت له انت اوكي فيك تجيب محامي يعني اذا قال لك انا ما معي مصاري انت فيك تقول له اوكي خلص انا بيجي بساعدك والله قد ما بدك تدفع لي والله في المحكمه she can get you
generally we have some set fees if they can't afford our fees because it's very expensive to defend somebody in court the right way. You have to have the ability to fight in court, you have to have the time, it's very time consuming. So if somebody can't afford to hire somebody, a private attorney, we will tell them, it's better off for you to get the attorney from the court, they'll help you. And they'll do that.
في عندك تاد عواضة بيقول لك attorney Lawrence العسل also cares and reps and our community.
Of course.
I wish you guys both the best.
Yes, thank you, Habibi Tad. He's a good friend of mine. Thank you, Habibi Tad. And Lawrence
is very good.
And we have many good lawyers in town. And Lawrence is one of them. Lawrence is a good friend, and he was somebody in Dearborn that is also working very hard on behalf of people and is helping people with this situation as well. So it's not just me. There are other attorneys out there that are doing good things, and we can help people with that. And Todd was one of the major persons involved in helping find out about this law to help our community. And he's been telling people about it. And that's a good thing. And so I want more and more people to know about that. But this is something that Todd helped me with.
Todd, لأنه كمان I know Todd, he cares about the drugs
Of course, that's a major issue for him. And he's
بعتقد كل الكوميونتي لازم كلهم يكونوا.
Everybody needs to be aware of this. Everybody needs to be aware of this. That's one of the main reasons I came on here today is to tell people about this issue.
الحمد لله. ما نحن كمان بدنا إياك لأنه خبرتك أنت as محامي لأنه أنت كتير بتشوف صراحة قضايا مخدرات ودراجز بالمحاكم وبديش هلا بدك تقول لي الأعمار بس كمان بدي كمل حسن المسرح بيقول لك أنا بعرف عائلة جابوا البوليس لابنهم لانه عمل اوفر دوز. مهم كثير جيري تعرف هذا الشيء اللي كنت عم تحكي عنه انت، انه البيبل الفاميلي they have to
they have to talk about it. They have to call the police. Another problem we have here is people don't want to talk about it. That's a big issue. Our community does not want to discuss this issue because they find it to be embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. It's a disease that we have to talk about. It's a disease that we have to stop. We have to work together to get this to happen. So a lot of people, they become embarrassed to discuss this issue because in my family this is happening. No one wants to expose that this might be happening. However, we have to save each other because the community depends on each other. And if somebody is struggling, it's not embarrassing to ask for help. And there are ways to do it where you might not be exposed so that everybody knows your business, but it's something that we need to have a conversation about in the community. And that's why I came here today to talk about this and other things.
في عندك سؤال هون والله انا بدي انت تقرا صراحه يعني لانه جريده فانت اسرع مني بالقرايه هيك شفت قريبا.
I know someone in Texas who borrowed $20,000 from a retirement before receiving the money. He told his wife he plans to file bankruptcy, avoid repaying loan. You know, if somebody files bankruptcy in order to stop, if somebody takes money from you and then is using bankruptcy to avoid paying you back, that could be a fraud. The bankruptcy courts are not going to allow somebody to use the bankruptcy code to commit fraud. They're not going to do that. So if you go, if that happens to that person, if you go to bankruptcy court, they're not going to allow somebody to get rid of the debt if they committed fraud. It's not going to happen.
يعني هو عم لك, is there anything else I can or should to get help her?
Yeah, you could continue to sue, and then if they take it to bankruptcy court, you got to fight in bankruptcy court too.
إذا أنت وريت السؤال بسرعة كيف أنا بدي أقرأ؟ بقول لي قديش أعمار الناس اللي عم بيتعاطوا مخدرات واللي عم مثلا إجاك شيء حالات مخدرات كيسز مثلا انكمشوا بالمخدرات دقائقة أو بيتعاطوا.
Of course.
ودفعت عنهم أكيد يعني.
Of course. Yeah, we help.
قديش أعمارهم؟
Well, it's different. If somebody's selling drugs and if somebody's using,
حلو.
It's two different issues.
بدي هودي different تخبرني عنهم.
Now, if you're in possession of drugs, it depends on the type of drug, okay? Possession of some sort of pills, they could be a felony. Possession of marijuana now is recreational. It's no longer illegal to possess marijuana if you are over 21 years old, depending on how much you have. But it's not a crime anymore. But there are other times it could be, if it's a small amount, it could be a misdemeanor, which would be here in the Dearborn court, or it could be a felony possession, and that would go downtown. Okay, so it depends on the type.
إذا كان معك أنت over يعني
over a certain amount.
Over a certain amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have over so many weight of drugs, it goes to felony status, and depends on the type of drug. Generally, like marijuana, if you just possessed marijuana, it wasn't a problem. As a felony, it was a misdemeanor offense, and you don't go to jail for the first time on possession of marijuana. That was the issue we had. People going to jail for simple possession of marijuana. It was a major issue that it was making people lose their driver's license, because if you're convicted of any possession of any drugs, okay, any possession of drugs, it's automatic loss of your driver's license.
أول شغلة وهيدي أكتر شيء بتضر
So what happens? You lose your license. Now you're driving without a license. That's another crime. You go back to jail.
Hello.
Okay. Then you violated probation because you're driving without a license. That's another crime. You go back to jail. So then you're stuck in the system.
Well, no work anyway. No job. No drive. No job. No nothing.
Yeah. And so you can't drive because you can't get to work. It's a cycle, and it impacts the minorities most, because the minority community are people who generally are working class people. And so if somebody is in possession of drugs, it ends up, after next, problem after problem after problem. And so if you're selling drugs, even worse. Even worse. You will go to prison if you're selling drugs, depending on the amount. You have to, the law is designed to punish people who are selling drugs, okay? So it's not something I'm going to promote. However, I defend these cases. And you're asking me, why do I defend a drug dealer, for instance?
Why?
Okay.
They pay more money?
No, it's not about the money. Because to me, also, we have a justice system, okay? The government has a lot of power. Police have the ability to go into your house with a warrant and take you out of your house, search your belongings, and find things on you that nobody else can do, right? I can't do that, you can't do that, but the police have that power, right? The prosecutor, they have power that you and I don't have. We can charge you with a crime. A prosecutor can charge you with a crime that could take away your ability to live freely, put you in jail, right? So because the government has power like this, for me, I want to make sure that they're not abusing it. So when I take on a defense of a criminal, it's not about
So you fight the government.
I'm just making sure the government is following the rules.
Yeah, يعني انه انت يعني try to defend your
rights.
To right.
Yeah.
Against the government.
Because they have huge power. And if we don't stand up, they'll trample everybody. And then you have people who are being convicted of crimes they didn't commit. And that's the worst thing we can have. So if somebody didn't commit a crime and they're convicted and they're in jail for something they didn't do, we don't want to see that at all, obviously. So if somebody comes to me with a criminal case, I'm listening to see not what happened, because really it doesn't matter to me if you're guilty or innocent. I'm making sure from my analysis right now that the government is doing the right thing and how they investigate it.
طيب إذا الجفرمنت عندهم the proof and everything the right.
If the government did it the right way, they will win. Most of the time they do it the wrong way.
You don't the wrong way. بس you don't feel bad إنه أنت كمان you helping someone. He killing kids, he killing communities.
There's a give and take. It's a good question, and I get this question all the time.
Yeah, but all people they ask that question. Even I asked the question for now Judge Farhad. The same thing. Every lawyers they get that question.
Yeah, and it's a question we get all the time. But the answer is, we have an obligation to make sure that people have rights. You have the right to an attorney if you're charged. You have the right to a trial, okay? I can be judged by the people from the community. A jury would come and they'll decide the facts of my case and make sure that the prosecutor proved what they're claiming. The government has to prove it. You, if you're charged, you don't have to do anything. So if somebody is accusing you of something, what do you tell them? Prove it.
Prove it.
Right? Yeah. So that's what the government has to do. Prove it. My job is to make sure that they don't violate your rights when they're trying to prove it, because we want to make sure the system works.
يعني the most انك you try to يعني انه بتخلي الحكم شويه قليل كمان عليه.
If we can do that, sometimes we win outright. And if I win and I know somebody's guilty, I don't feel bad, because I feel worse if somebody was not guilty and they lost. I would feel way worse if somebody was innocent and was convicted of a crime they didn't commit. If somebody committed a crime and I won the case because the government did their job wrong, I don't feel bad. Because the government needs to do the job right 100% of the time. They don't get any breaks because they have too much power and they can take advantage of that power. And that's my position on criminal defense work. That's
انبسطتش مرة هيك انك طلعت واحد مظلوم.
All the time, yeah. If somebody,
بيعطوك more bonus, more money.
Sometimes they do. Everybody always says, "I'll see you if you win." If you win.
طلعته مرة. طلعته من الحبس.
I'm still waiting for a lot of people like that.
فهلا أهم شيء إنه نحن كرمال هذه القصص المخدرات أنا بيهمني our community لأنه فعلا هذه مصيبة. يعني كل everybody talk about it.
Right.
وفي عنا لارا يعني إذا بتحكي مع الجاج أو مع أي lawyers بيقول لك في عنا كتير بالحبس عرب.
That's true.
عم يتعاطوا مخدرات وفي قضايا.
That's true.
شو هي القضية اللي هيك اللي أكثر شيء أنت ربحتها وانبسطت فيها؟
Well,
the
look,
case.
it's
beside that lady that one get her home back. أي وحدة تاني.
Oh, you know, one of my other favorite cases, I had a young lady who was pulled over by Dearborn Heights police.
كله lady ما في شباب.
I get guys too, but the ladies, يعني, they're closer to the heart.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are the lawyer. Okay.
I had a young lady, if you recall this, Abbas, it was in the news. She was pulled over, she didn't have a driver's license, she wore a scarf. بتذكر this case? Dearborn Heights took her from the car, they arrested her, they removed her scarf, they put
the
her,
one, the lady,
yeah, they put her,
she put it in
they put
news
her
or
in jail.
something.
They put her in jail without her scarf, in front of men, in front of the police officers. They brought her in front of the court without her scarf.
She sued
We sued the city of Dearborn Heights.
Yeah.
We sued. What did we sue for? It wasn't about money. We sued to make sure that that never happens again.
Again, for Muslim ladies.
For Muslim women.
Oh, for Muslim ladies. Yeah, women.
That case to me was very important because that's our civil rights. This is our rights as Muslim Americans. Doesn't matter if we committed a crime or not, you can't remove our religious beliefs in the courthouse.
Right.
Or in the jail. Okay? So you have to accommodate, if somebody has a religious belief, they have to accommodate our beliefs. And so this young lady, she wears a scarf. She did not want to remove her scarf in front of men, in front of the court, in front of anybody that she's not supposed to. Her right. She doesn't, they can't force her to do it. So we created a policy with Dearborn Heights when I sued them. And I was able to put the policy in place where they would not remove the headscarf from women anymore.
From any woman,
okay?
yeah.
We adopted that policy in Dearborn, same thing. There's another policy like that in Dearborn. That policy, if you believe it, went to New York City, went to Florida, went to Chicago, went to Texas, went to...
Where the Muslim is.
Where all the Muslim Americans are.
Right.
They used our policy that we wrote in this case, and they put it all across the country.
Good.
And there have been lawyers to this day that still call me when they have a case like this because they remember it. It made national media when we did it. That still call me to ask me for this policy so they can have their police departments implemented as well. So this is something that I felt was very important for our community to make sure that we're standing up for our rights. We don't have to be right now apologetic for being Muslim. We'd never have to do that. We can be proud of what our heritage is and proud of our religion. And the courts are designed to be equal protection for everybody. That's what the law says.
Good.
And so when somebody is a Muslim or non-Muslim, it shouldn't matter. We have equal protection, equal rights. And it's not. And I know Trump talks about all this stuff about banning Muslims coming into America. He's wrong. That's not what America's about. And I think that we have to keep pushing back on those issues. Those are very important.
I guess we're wrong. We vote for him.
I didn't vote for him.
I don't vote for him.
Yeah, okay. Don't tell
Americans.
Me. Americans voted for him.
Yeah.
But you know that's the power of voting.
Oh.
That's the power we have as a citizen. We as a community have to vote all the time, every election. It doesn't matter if it's school board or president.
Why?
We have to vote.
Give the people idea why.
Because this is the leaders we select are the ones that are putting these laws together. For instance, you see Trump in the White House now. He's putting new laws together now to hurt our community. He's deporting all the Iraqi community. He's putting Syrian community. No refugees coming in. Yeah. You know, they created a war in Syria, they created a war in Iraq, and they won't allow people to come into America.
سكر علي بطلت اتجوز لا من سوريا ولا من العراق ولا من اليمن بطلت احكي مع حدا.
But these are the direct result of our votes. And when you select the leadership for our communities, we have to hold them accountable. We cannot just, vote for the names that we recognize. You have to know who are these leaders, because they're important. The decisions that they make represent us. The decisions that they're going to do are going to impact how we live our life every day.
Good.
Every day, their decisions are going to impact me. Okay? Whether it's my taxes, whether it's my water, whether it's, if I can smoke argila in the park or not. That was an issue in Dearborn at one point. Our elected city council was going to ban smoking hookah. You can't smoke it in your garage. You can't smoke it on your porch. You can't go to the park. Where can you? I want to have a bathroom. So these are important issues. It could be as simple as that. Okay? That's why we have to know who we are electing and why you have to participate in every election.
Your advice to our community, any election, they have to vote.
Of course.
No matter what.
No matter what it is, you have to vote. If you cannot make it, you could do absentee.
Okay, good.
You know what I'm saying?
خبرنا شوية عن الحوادث السير وأنا بعرف إن أنت كمان.
Yeah, we do auto cases. Auto cases. Probably 50% of my office is auto accident and injury cases. And so these are important cases for people, and it happens every day. whenever somebody's involved in an accident or they're injured at work or at a store or anything like that, these are important things because it impacts you immediately. You know, if you're hurt and you can't work, you can't provide for your kids, you can't pay your bills, you can't depend on yourself to move around and to take medicine. And it happens every single day to people.
في سؤال بدي اسالك اياه، كل الناس بتسالني اياه هذا وبيسالوني لإلي وبيقولوا لي اسال للمحاميين. قديش بتكون الثقه بينك وبين الكلايم مثلا اللي عندك الكلايم؟ لانه اكثر شيء بيقولوا مثلا معقول هذا المحامي he sell my case.
Never. No, there's no lawyers. I've never seen. I've never ever seen an attorney.
دايما بيكون عنده شك الانسان انه he get my case.
And that becomes from bad communication with the client. You see, you have to be able to know who your lawyer is and trust your lawyer. If you don't have trust with your attorney, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't go to the attorney that knocks on your door and says, "Hi, I'm a lawyer. This is what I do. I heard you're in an accident. Sign up with me." They sign and they go.
Yeah, they go.
Okay? Don't go to those attorneys because those are the people you don't know and you don't trust and they're not from our community. Okay?
يعني maybe they're selling
You're going to Southfield, but you live in Dearborn. Why? We have good lawyers in our community that you can meet with. They speak your language. They live next door to you. They're here. They work with you.
Always in your event.
You could talk to them and you could hold them accountable.
Yeah.
If you can't reach them, you know where to find them. So when you have people who are saying, no, my lawyer sold my case, that's because you didn't trust your attorney and you didn't have the ability to communicate with them. And you have to come to an attorney that you feel confident is going to stand up for you and fight for you and be able to win. And it comes with communication with the client. It comes with, "Hi, how are you today? This is what we did on your file today, by the way. We went to court, we did this, we did this, we did that. Do you have any questions about it?" That's it, simple phone call. And you'll go back and you'll feel confident that my lawyer's working. You know, that's all it takes, communication. A lot of these major auto accident firms that only do auto accident. We don't do only auto accident. The ones that do
injury and
we do injury, criminal business, and lawsuits. But the ones that are strictly auto, they're doing it because they have to generate so many more cases, the next case, the next case, the next, because that's their only way they can survive. So they'll settle fast. We don't survive off of auto cases. We fight to get the most we can get out of it because we make more money for ourselves also.
Yeah, because how
we
much
have
you take?
A third, 33%.
33%.
Yeah, 33%, and that's standard across all the lawyers. So, but that means that if we work harder and we get more money for you, we get more money for us. So we're in it with you. We have an advantage with you, and we have an interest with you. Which is, I like that because the client feels confident you're fighting hard. And if you're going to a law firm who's outside of your community and you don't trust, you'll feel that way. So that's why I always suggest to people, if you have an injury, if you have an auto accident case, call us.
Call us.
313-788-8888.
ضلك
You can't forget it. Come in, we're there.
وانت ماشي على 8 مايل ضلك بتذكرنا على 8 مايل دغري على 8.
على
طب في سؤال ثاني.
Yes.
وهذا السؤال بعتقد انت بتكون سامعه وكل الناس سامعينه. ليش دائما اي شغله بس بدك تعمل مثلا انشورنس او اكسيدنت او كريمنال او حتى immigration بيقولوا لك go to Jewish lawyer? Why?
You know, that's unfortunate because
إنه محامي يهودي قوي.
Yeah, there's a reputation that, I don't know who created that
سمعها انت يعني?
Of course, everybody
always تسمعها.
I don't know how it got started. That's like a rumor, right? Why would you go to an attorney outside of your community? I don't understand that. To me, it doesn't make any sense. You should be able to communicate with your lawyer. You have, like I said earlier, you have to be able to feel confident. Not to say that if an attorney is Jewish, he's not a good lawyer. I would never say that because some of the attorneys that I work with every day are Jewish and they're good lawyers. Some of them are Muslim and they're great lawyers. Some of them are not religious at all and they're good lawyers. It doesn't matter the background of religion. It's more about your ability to feel confident.
ما هو ليه سألتك أنا السؤال لأنه هذا حديث الجالية وكل ما تقعد مع حدا أنت من الجالية مثلا بتقول له والله عندي قضية ما بقول لك مثلا روح عند أمير.
Well, look, another issue we have is our community doesn't trust.
مثلا يهودي
We have because our community has sometimes a distrust and bad taste with working with our own people, and that comes from every walk of life. They don't feel confident. with our own community. But we have very talented people. If you look at some of the talent we have in our community and you see Fadwa Hamoud, she's now appointed Solicitor General.
Right.
If the state of Michigan is sued and goes to the Supreme Court of the United States, you know who argues on her behalf? Fadwa Hamoud. She goes to the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. From Dearborn, from East Dearborn, our daughter and our sister represents the whole state.
Inshallah.
That's the type of talent we have. We have judges like her husband, who's a magistrate, my friend Ali.
Ali.
He's a magistrate. He represents us.
دعايات.
Yeah.
يلا
No, these are all my friends. Okay?
they're my friends too.
And these are people that we should hold our heads high
Right.
on.
Ayad,
Nabil
Nabil
Ayad.
Ayad.
He's
Nabil
on the
Ayad.
Civil Rights Commission, on the board of the airport. Somebody who has sued police departments and many civil rights issues that he stood for us.
The last one, Farhat.
Hilal just appointed.
Just-
Today
yep.
we saw Hilal in court. It was so proud for me to see Hilal wearing a robe.
Yeah.
Because this is a gentleman who spent his whole career serving us on Chase in East Dearborn, and he learned from Salem Salemi, who spent his whole career. And Salem learned from Mike
بس
Bitter.
الناس
You know?
بتقول انه يعني خلينا نحكي منطق.
Yeah.
الناس بتقول لك هودي اللويرز يعني غاليين يعني اكسبنسيف، انا اذا بدي اروح لعندهم بيطلبوا مصاري
There
مع
are-
العلم انه
there-
يمكن انا عملت مقابله مع
Yeah.
هلال وقال لي انا بساعد يعني اللي
Yeah.
ما معه مصاري وبعده عند
We
كلمته
all
قال لي انا
do.
بساعد.
We all do. And when the lawyers meet each other, we talk about these issues. Because there are times when we have a lawyers association in Dearborn, the Dearborn Lawyers Association. These are the topics we have.
هلا انت
amongst-
بتقول بتساعد،
Of course, we have to.
سمعتوه سمعتوه
It's
على كل-
our obligation.
ايه سمعتوه هلا سمعتوه اذا ما ساعدتكم
Yeah.
تعالوا قولي 313 788 8888 بردوا.
Hey, we the lawyers talk about this type of things because it depends on the situation. Now, you know, sometimes we're not going to take a case where somebody's trying to be malicious or hurt somebody for free. I'm not going to do that.
لا for sure.
But if you're going to do something where it's something we can help on and you can, we'll help. And we take payments. All the lawyers will. We're trying to help people because we are here with you in the community. We live next door. We're here. We're going to go to the same grocery store. How am I going to walk into a grocery store? I walk into Papaya.
طب انت
I
هلا
walk into
ذكرت
Greenland.
كل العالم ما ذكرت ماي لوير
Yeah.
ليه؟
Yeah.
why didn't mention my
My
lawyer؟
brother.
بدك تقول
Danny.
داني
Yeah.
my man.
My
اوكي
brother
قل لي
spent 5 years working for insurance companies. Okay? He learned the tricks of the insurance company. He learned how they defend claims. He understands the
What's going on?
the insurance policy. And then when he left, I told him, "Are you done? You want to help people or you want to work for the big companies?" He goes, "No, I'm ready to help people." I said, "Yalla, تفضل." He came to my office
فعلاً,
and
he's a
he's
good-
doing
he's a
excellent.
good-
He's,
he's
he's
doing
one of the
excellent.
sharpest attorneys I've ever met.
يعني انا صراحه بدي احكي عن الكيس تاعولي
Yeah.
كان ميت يعني كنت مسكر وفالي انا صراحه هو رجع اتصل فيي وقال لي انا برجع بمشي لك الكيس
We opened it up and we worked
ومشي-
it out
مشي.
and we
Yeah.
won. Yeah, and
Yeah, we win.
Yeah.
لا let's
Don't say
go.
too much. Okay.
لا some win يعني بس اكيد يعني 33%.
Yeah.
طيب في عندك حسن المصراح حسن المصراح بيقول لك مين أسوأ شركة تأمين عمل قضية ضدها؟ Who's the worst مثل ما بيقولوا
For insurance.
For insurance.
State Farm.
State Farm ما بيدفعوا؟
State Farm will never pay.
ليش طيب شو قصتهم؟
State
معيش
Farm.
مصاري؟
Okay, let me explain to you about auto. We pay a lot of money for insurance.
إيه.
Insurance is expensive. In East Dearborn is more expensive if you live in East Dearborn than West Dearborn. If you live in Livonia, you pay less money than if you pay in Dearborn.
Dearborn.
It's a way the system is created. Who created the system? The insurance companies. They wrote this law in the 70s, okay, for what we have right now. The system, we have no-fault law. You ever heard of no-fault
Yeah,
insurance?
no-fault insurance,
Okay.
yeah.
No-fault insurance is designed by the insurance companies. They have the money to hire lobbyists. They actually write the law and they give it to the people we elect, which is why it's important to vote. They hand it to these people that we voted for, and they give them money and donations and money. And these people say, okay, he supported me, this company helped me win my seat. I'm going to write the law that they want
with
and
them.
put it in for
Yeah.
them. And so in the 70s, they created the law, and the attorneys started to get smart about this law. They started to read it and say, look, we have unlimited benefits. We have unlimited medical payments and attendant care and household services and wage loss. and all sorts of benefits you have if you're in an accident. The question was, why won't they pay? Why would they want to pay? If I'm being sued, I don't want to pay if I don't have to. No one would. They want to keep their money. They're in business
Didn't want to pay, yeah.
to make money. Insurance companies are there to profit. So what the insurance companies are doing is they're passing laws all over the country called tort reform to reduce the benefits that people have and to continue to charge people in different cities different amounts of money depending on where you live, even if you have no bad record, no tickets, no accidents, no anything. If you've been driving for 30 years and you've never been in trouble with any speeding or accidents, if you live in East Dearborn, you will pay more than what you pay in Bloomfield. You will pay more than what you pay in Livonia or Northfield.
Or Westland or
Okay?
something. Yeah.
And it's because they redline the areas. And State Farm is one of the worst players, in my opinion, on that issue. They're a very difficult insurance company to work with. Not to say that they're going to deny everybody's claim. No, they're not going to do that. They wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But they will fight. But they're looking for fraudulent claims. And they look at Arab American claims double.
Oof.
If there is an Arab American claim and they're gonna you could post this as I don't mind because this is what my belief is.
No,
in my
هذه
opinion.
حقيقة. اساسا
Yeah.
حتى العرب امريكان اذا بيوقع من على 10 طابق وبيتكسر
Yeah.
بيبعتوه عند دكتور بيقولوا ما اشبه شيء.
Yeah.
بيقولوا ما اشبه شيء يعني.
Yeah, they'll send him to their doctor that
their
they
doctor.
hired, they paid for.
ما
and
اشبه
they'll
شيء
say-
ويكون مكسر يعني
They're looking for fraud.
ايه.
They're looking for fraud because they believe that our community has fraudulent intent. That's a reputation that we have in this community, is that the claims that come out of our community are fraudulent claims, and that's not true. To this day, I don't see any claims coming into my office that are fraudulent. If I found them to be fraudulent, we reject them. We won't take those cases because we're not going to come into court and lie. That's not going to happen. But if you have a genuine injury, then you have your rights, and they have to pay.
How long قديش بيضلوا يدفعوا لك after the accident, the date يعني how
Well,
long they
it's supposed
they
to
pay?
be depending on your injury.
Eh.
So if somebody is injured and they heal within 6 months, then they'll stop. You know,
Stop.
okay? But if you're continuing to be injured, your benefits for medical last unlimited forever. They will pay that as long as you're injured. They'll pay your medical bills. They will pay your wage loss for a time period, a couple of years for wage loss, 2 or 3 years for attendant care, household services. There's different timelines for the different benefits you have. They're not, those benefits they'll stop.
يعني كل
after a
case
while.
is different. كل
Yeah. No, the law
injury.
is the injuries. Each injury is different. Depending.
Different,
Yeah.
each injury,
So
yeah.
it depends on the injury. If you're still injured, they have to pay for until you heal. And if you're not going to heal, sometimes there's a catastrophic injury where you'll never be the same. They will pay that for the rest of your life.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they're obligated to do. And there are lawsuits that we have that they'll pay for 3-4 years, they'll stop, we'll have to sue them again. They'll pay it.
If they don't pay,
Yeah,
you
they'll
guys
pay it
sue them?
again. They'll go pay 3-4 more years, and we'll sue them again. And they'll try to do that. And there's cases that happen
Like
like
it
that.
looks like a game.
Yeah. But they try it.
They try. You try انه they don't pay.
It's a business.
هلا بدي اسالك من بعد بدي اسالك على the best company. Maybe we go for it. If something happens, they pay fast. هلا بعدين
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. They're all supposed to be good.
في سؤال كمان لحجاب أسير بيسألك إذا أحدهم تعرض لحادث سير ورفع قضية وحصل على مبلغ تعويض ثم إلى حادث آخر والحق على السائق الآخر، هل يستطيع رفع دعوى ثانية والحصول على تعويض أم لديه قضية سابقة ممكن تؤثر على القضية؟ Do you understand it?
No, say it again.
هي عم تقول إنه إذا وحدة إذا she make accident
Okay.
she win the case. Then she got another accident.
Okay.
It's not her fault. That's the other fault.
Right. You can sue again.
She can sue again.
Absolutely.
It doesn't affect
No,
the
it
first.
would not impact it at all. If the injuries are the same, it means that the new accident re-injured you. You could do that. It may
يعني in the same okay.
It could be the
ما
same.
ما بيطلعوا. They don't look for the
They'll
past.
look at it.
Yeah, they look at it.
They're
Yeah,
gonna look
yeah.
at it. They might say, okay, maybe it's from the first injury, but your medical records should be able to prove that this is a new
This is a new
injury, or
injury.
it got worse because of this accident, or I was doing fine and then I got hit again and I was re-injured, or something totally different happened to me, a different type of injury occurred. So you could do that as well. You know, so that shouldn't be, that doesn't stop you. You don't get one, you know, injury. It's not your fault. If somebody hits you, you get hit. So it doesn't stop you from going after somebody else. If that
No, so you can go get another case.
Absolutely.
طب what is the best time to do the case or
To hire
claim,
to do a claim
or do
immediately.
or right away?
You have to hire a claim as soon as you can, because you have time limits on when you could file a claim, and you have to make sure that when you fill out, there's something called the application of benefits. Okay, this is the form that you give to the insurance company when you're filling out a form, when you're filling out the claim. Okay, when you first initially want to make a claim to the insurance company, they're going to give you an application for the benefits. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a form you give to the insurance company. The lawyer for the insurance company or the adjuster for the insurance company is going to look at this form and use this against you. If you say my neck hurts on this form, later on you say your back hurts, you don't say your neck hurts, they're going to try to say, oh, okay, you're making two different statements.
Different
here.
statement يعني كذبت
So now you're switching it up on us, right? So it's important that you have an attorney who knows what the insurance company is going to be looking for.
Good.
when you're
So he
filling
can
out-
tell you.
So you can tell you, okay, make
Okay.
sure you stay consistent here. If this is true, now we're not going to advise you to lie, no, but you have to be consistent. And if it changes, we can explain why it's changing. If you have a different issue coming up, well, you have a doctor who says, I've examined you. This is what I believe is now happening to you. And so we let the insurance company know, we feel that the neck is resolved, but the back is now a problem. Here's the issue we're having. So we could communicate with the insurance company in the way they understand.
Good.
So that's the benefit of having an attorney. Because sometimes you could do this on your own, but it gets tricky. And they're going to try to use little details.
And they try to use everything.
Any detail.
حتى they deny it.
To deny it.
They don't pay. They don't
Of
like
course.
to pay anyway.
Of course, no, it's a business.
It's a business,
And it's a
yep.
business that we're mandated by law. You know, if you drive without insurance, you're committing a crime.
Hold on a second. هذا السؤال.
Yeah.
كنت بدي اسالك اياه قمت انت سالته لحالك.
Yeah.
عم تطلع علي شيء؟ لا. What is the penalty for driving without insurance?
It could be a misdemeanor. It could be a fine or a misdemeanor. And you could be fined maybe $500 or something like that.
If without
without
insurance.
insurance. And you could be
Did you hear about the law in insurance now? If you don't have an insurance, you stop the insurance, then you want to put the back insurance, they pay you makes you pay penalty?
Yes. There's a penalty that they could make you pay if you're driving without insurance.
Then and you want to put in another insurance.
Well, I don't know if there's a penalty that the insurance company can charge you. I don't believe that the insurance...
They happened to me. They told me because you have insurance and you stopped your insurance.
Oh, there was a lapse.
Lapse,
A lapse in
like,
coverage.
yeah.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah, there is some provisions like that. Also, the police officers now have an ability to look up your license plate and know if you have insurance registered to the car or not. So officers have new technology now where if you're driving down the road and you don't have insurance on your car, if they run your plate, they can tell if your car is insured or not.
هلا عندهم تكنولوجي عم يعرفونا باي سنه عم نخلق واي سنه عم نموت بعد شوي.
Yeah, the technology is dangerous.
horrible.
But they're also creating cars where you don't have to drive anymore. So that might help us. We'll see. Pretty soon the car is going to drive for
طيب
us.
خلينا نحكي بس اخر شيء بعد معنا يمكن دقيقتين على الانجري، يعني الاخر شيء الانجري ده عم تحكي على الاكسيدنت على الانجري. يعني what kind of type of injury يعني
Well, we handle all sorts of injuries. It doesn't matter, you know, if it's a
يوقع البناية
if you fall in a business, if you are hit by a car, or if it's any dog bites. Dog bites are very important. Dog bite cases are.
على مين ترفعوا الضوء؟ على الكلب ولا على اهله؟ على
اصحاب الكلب. If they
على الانشورنس تاعونه ولا على له؟
At the home insurance.
على الهوم انشورنس. واذا قعد برا على السيتي؟
No. Sidewalk cases too will go after the city. If you're on the sidewalk.
If the dog bite you in the...
No. I'm totally separate. But if let's say you're walking down the sidewalk and the sidewalk is uneven and you trip over the sidewalk and the city knew that they were supposed to...
is it في holes?
Yeah, the whole, you can sue the city over that. We've done that dozens of times.
والله?
Yeah, I had a lady who fell. Another woman. I get a lot of ladies as clients.
طبعا اكيد.
She fell as
كل القضايا من النسوان اساسا.
Hey, I won't, no comment. Okay. She fell off her bike in Haram. She broke her nose. The city of Detroit paid her to get reconstructive surgery on her nose because the city failed to fix the sidewalk.
The sidewalk.
You know.
طب خبرني عن الكلب.
Oh, dog cases are very easy cases. It's automatic liability for the owner. If you own a dog, you have to be very careful. It's dangerous to own a dog if you don't know that how to protect yourself. Dogs have to be registered. You have to pay the license. They have to have a license to own a dog in the city.
Right. Yeah.
And if your dog bites somebody and it causes an injury, it's automatic liability on the owner.
On the owner
of the dog.
The owner of the dog. بس بتطلع على الانشورنس تاعوله
Your
له ولا على
homeowner's insurance is supposed to cover that.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have homeowner's insurance, they'll cover that on behalf of your dog because your dog is a resident of the home.
الحمد لله ما عندي لا ضاق ولا بسين.
Okay.
طيب على كل نحن انبسطنا بوجودك امير وشكرا
حبيبي.
على هذه كل المعلومات والانفورميشن.
Thank you, Abbas.
ان شاء الله اكيد الجاليه بتكون يعني اخذت فكره عن خينا امير. بدك تحكي شيء للجاليه اكيد؟
No, I just want people to be welcome to call us if any issues, anything, whatever it is. We're available at the office. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m.
ما يخافوا
9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we're closed right now, but if you want to call us Monday, we're open 313-788-8888.
88. على كل اكيد هذه هي كانت حلقتنا لليوم من حديث الجاليه مع المحامي المميز والصديق. وفعلا يمكن انا من اول ما تعرفت عليه لامير كنت باول كنت فاكره انه ما بيضحك، انه شو المحامي اللي يعني اسم الله صيته واسع، ولكن لما اختلطت معه بكذا بمكان لقيته انسان كتير بسيط، انسان كتير بحب الناس وبحب يساعد فعلا. انا بنصح كل الناس، مش لانه بس امير، بنصح كل الناس مثل ما قال يروحوا عنا نحن بالجاليه محاميين وعنا ناس مسؤولين وعنا ناس فعلا مهمين وإلهم سمعتهم يلي كتير حلوة، وكفانا بقى كل واحد بيقدر يضل يحكي على الجالية ويهدم بالجالية. الجالية في إلها حسنات وفي إلها سيئات، في إلها سلبيات وفي إلها إيجابيات. خلينا دايما نطلع نحن على الإيجابيات بهالجالية ونكون دايما حد هودي الناس يلي فعلا هن كمان عم بيساعدوا الآخرين. هذه كانت حلقتنا اليوم. ما تنسوا كمان بدي أشكر أكيد الراعي الرسمي مكلد أند هال، مكتب المحاماة 313-788-8888 ومشوا على الأيد. تحية لكم، شوفكم أكيد جمعة الجاي، لأنه كمان جمعة الجاي حيكون عندنا حلقة كتير بحديث الجالية كتير حلوة، وكمان حنحكي فيها عن المقدرات، لأنه هذا الموضوع مثل ما أنا قلت مش حينتهي بحلقة واثنين وثلاثة، حنضل نحكي فيه بكل ضيف بيجي معنا. بدنا نحكي بهالقصة حتى توعى عنا الجالية شوي أكتر ونكون شوي protect our community و our kids. يعطيكم العافية، بشوفكم الجمعة الجاي. أكيد شكرا لزين الحاج وشكرا لحسين هاشم ورا الكاميرا. جمعة الجاي بشوفكم 6:30 مثل العادة. حديث الجالية ما بيحلق إلا مع عباس أبوخضر.
حبيبي.